Okay, so in this video, I'm just going to be showing you almost like a live look-in, live action of some of my processes of milling up long boards, or longer boards. I've done way longer than this. These are going to be almost like shelf mantles, but they're going to be going to a console table. Um, the client lost some boards they had on it where they were moving, so they wanted me to replace. They were pine, I believe, in the past, so they wanted me to replace with these 2-inch thick walnut. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to mill up some 8/4-inch walnut. We're just going to use the miter saw, the planer, track saw, and table saw, and sanders. No jointer. Jointer is really not going to be useful for these. I have a bench top jointer, and I don't really like using that for longer boards, I guess, especially heavy boards. It's just not. I mean, it will work, but I prefer not to do this. I'm going to use the track saw to joint everything. And I'll show you how they do that, but it's not going to be in detail. Just kind of make a live look in. I'm not going to do any edits really. Just show you some of the struggles I have working in a small, cramped up shop that was under reconstruction right now for the most part. But I keep getting busy and I keep having to stop in between. So I got stuff laying around right now that I was trying to get rid of and move around. So it's a little bit of a struggle. You'll see I also lose power at one point. I blow a circuit at least once during this. That's not common, but does happen. If I have a lot of tools running at one time, especially with the air filtration system and etc. So we're just going to show you how I do everything. I'm not going to edit anything really for the most part. Everything is going to be kind of real time. One thing I will edit, I'll speed up some spots here, so the video is not 4 or 5 hours long, obviously. And this is probably about 3 to 4 to 5 hours of work here. It's a pretty simple project. We're just going to be milling these up and pretty much laminating, sanding down, cleaning up, and putting some mineral oil and osmo on. So let's go. We're just going to start cutting everything up, and I'll show you, live looking at how I mill up and do my processes for the most part. Cut these all around 71 inches, even though at the end they're going to be 69. So we're going to, after we laminate everything, we're just going to cut it down to 69-inch full final length. Right now we're just going to start milling this up. Work our side now for a little bit. We're going to start milling up this black walnut. We're going to run each piece through the track saw, get one straight edge, then we'll run the other side through the table saw, and then we'll start milling it up finally, go through the jointer if need be. Even though these are kind of big for the jointer, that's why I'm going to use the track saw, but we have to just touch up some things. We'll take a chance, but right now we're just going to use the track saw and table saw to mill these up to start. Extender, turn the rails out. Extend these guide rails out. So we're going to set the depth on this a little higher because we're going to make 2 passes. 3/4, let's make 2 passes. Okay, so I'm going to be doing here, I'm going to be making 1 straight edge with these 8/4 pieces of walnut. So it's a pretty thick, hardy wood, so we're going to make 2 passes for each piece. So it's going to be 8 cuts altogether. Hopefully only 8 cuts, and then we're going to get the 1 straight edge, then we'll take them over to the table saw, look at the other side, hopefully. And that way we can get our final measurement of just under 10 inches in width with these 2 pieces, or 4 pieces altogether. And it's going to be coming out the 2 shelves essentially. So we want 10 inches by about 2 inches thick, and it's going to be about 69 inches long. Right now they're cut to 71 inches, since we're going to be cutting in the final length at the end. All right, let's go. See here, we cut almost all except that, just under an inch. So now we're going to go down and cut the rest. So blade height, depth, and the max. Alright, so that's 1 down, 3 more to go. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so you can see the straight edge. It's very straight. Now I'll label the side that it's cut. It's kind of self-evident, but we'll mark it anyway, so we know the side's straight. One down. I like to put the edge, these little grooves here on the stains, and when I know my blade won't cut, will go right through. Let's get a straight edge. I set our blade height a little higher. That's flush. Nice. So we'll laminate these and then we'll run them to the planer after. Maybe I'll run it through one pass on each side now beforehand. Okay, so now we're just going to do a quick skip plane on each of these pieces, laying flat. You get at least one somewhat flat edge. We're going to run it through the planer when we're done to laminate. So, but right now we're just going to run each pass through the planer just to get a nice, make sure it's somewhat even before we glue them up. Now we're pretty much ready to laminate. We're going to do that a little later, and we'll let them sit for a night or two. We're going to clean these up a little bit more, but they're pretty much ready to laminate. And then we're going to run them through the planer one more time after we laminate, because they're going to be just under 10 inches, so the planer will be fine. All right, let's go. Let's lay these out, see how we want to glue them up eventually today. Okay, so we just put the two tops, or these two, I guess you call them shelves, on clamps. Right now we're just going to let these laminate for, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 hours, and we'll come back out later in the day, take the clamps off, and we'll start cleaning them up, run through the planer, at least 1 or 2 passes. We'll skip plane them, and then we'll sand them down and get them ready to put finish on them, get them out. Okay, so now I'm going to run a quick belt sand on each piece, on both sides. So we'll start with the bottom side first. This side's not as nice. I didn't lose the thickness, so. Alright, I'm not going to show all the sand in here, but I'm going to sand another 60 grit on this top over here. Then I'm going to pull out the 100 or 120 or 80 grit on the walt sander, and I'll show that just for a brief second. I'm not going to bore you with too much sanding, but that's what I'm going to be doing for the next couple hours, sanding. So now I'm going to run a little round over on all the sides here, bottom and top. Just a very slight round over with a router. And then we're going to do some more sanding. Start with the bottom sides first. Alright, so we're going to finish the final grits here, and then we're going to put some mineral oil on it and then some Osmo. Alright, goes off here and dust. Just blew it off. Now we're going to wipe it just to be sure. Alright. Coming out pretty nice. So put some Osmo on here. Actually, let's take these outside, that would be a little better. Do the bottom side first, do at least one coat, seal it. Osmo Poly-X oil. This is the 3043 clear satin. Okay, so this project is done. These are just going to be two essentially shelves in a way. They're going to be going onto like a metal console table. One would be the top. This will be the bottom piece. These are just under 10 inches in width, and they're 69 inches long, and they're just under 2 inches thick, or about 2 inches thick. And they're just drying up a third coat of Osmo. These are 4 pieces, laminated 2 and 2. You can't really tell. You can tell on this one a little bit more because the green is so much lighter. You can see the line, but it's really not the line here. The line kind of comes over here, and you still think it's there. I filled in some of the knots with some CA, black CA glue, thick glue. And that's really about it. Just finished some mineral oil and some Osmo Poly-X wax. So it's still a little wet, and we're just gonna let it sit for a day and ship it out. All right, thanks for watching.